The 6th Congress of Leaders of World and Traditional Religions in Astana is officially finished. The participants adopted the final declaration outlining the role of the political and religious leaders in the maintenance of peace and stability. The Congress delegates urged the global community to strengthen the dialogue and cooperation. The participants believe that people can overcome challenges and prevent inter-religious conflicts by joint efforts.
It's very useful because it creates a common charter and a common understanding of what we think we are setting out to do and how we want to go about doing it. Kazakhstan has set a fantastic example when they gave up the nuclear weapons. I think that was a very bold step. And I also know that Kazakhstan has good relations with everybody.
The Congress participants also discussed President Nursultan Nazarbayev's manifesto, The World, the 21st Century, which urges humanity to destroy weapons of mass destruction. The delegates believe that the document is a strategy aimed at maintaining stability and security. The participants also discussed the ways to combat terrorism and extremism, as well as the development trends of religions.
Congress is very important worldwide, because it's bringing representative of different religions and cultures to Kazakhstan to talk about our common values, which is really very important. And Kazakhstan has long-standing experience in this field. We see in Kazakhstan is really unique because there is very important support from the highest authority, from the president himself.
Глава государства предложил развивать проекты, основанные на современных технологиях связи.
The head of state proposed to develop projects based on modern communication technologies and online conferences. This should also be implemented. Today, with the help of these communications, it is possible to communicate and implement various projects. The head of state also talked about the creation of the new Nazarbayev Center for Interreligious Dialogue, and the center will implement these religious projects.
Религиозного диалога Назарбаев центр, и этот центр будет осуществлять вот эти межрелигиозные проекты.
The 6th Congress united representatives of more than 80 delegations from 46 countries, including politicians, religious leaders of Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, Taoism, Zoroastrianism, as well as representatives of international organizations. There was a cancellation of a special stamp issued for the 15th anniversary of the Congress of Leaders of World and Traditional Religions and the opening of the Museum of Peace and Accordance. Kazakhstan and Serbia are planning to increase trade value. Last year, the volume of mutual trade reached $42 million. The value of the mutual export and import totaled $17 million in the first 7 months of 2018. The countries discussed on the expansion of trade cooperation at the Kazakh-Serbian Business Forum held in Astana.
В прошлом году товарооборот между Казахстаном и Сербией вырос на 59%.
Last year, trade turnover between Kazakhstan and Serbia grew by 59% compared to the previous year. However, it is not a lot in terms of money value. Therefore, during bilateral negotiations with the President of Serbia, we discussed the ways to boost our business cooperation in various sectors and reach higher results in trade turnover.
Бизнес-торговых отношений на более высокий уровень.
Serbia is planning to access the Eurasian Economic Union market through Kazakhstan. Meanwhile, Belgrade is ready to present Kazakh products in the Western European markets. Also, a number of Serbian companies are planning to build a multi-purpose residential facility in Astana with a total area of 62 hectares. The investment project is estimated at $1.2 billion. We are planning to complete the construction in 5 years. The area will include a residential facility, kindergartens, shopping center, school, park, theater, and a small stadium. The residential facility will be designed for 20,000 people. Prime Minister Bakit-Jan Sagintayev and our President Alexander Vučić placed a time capsule in the facility's foundation. At the forum, the parties signed 4 agreements in fields such as air transportation, youth policy, exchanges of experience in construction, and fight against crime. In the State of the Nation address, President Nursultan Nazarbayev stressed that the Kazakh citizens' well-being and the quality of life in Kazakhstan depends on the development of the domestic economy. Many experts are focusing on the task set by the president aimed at the increase of government's spending on education, science and healthcare up to 10% of the GDP in 5 years. Previously, the government focused on the development of manufacturing, industry, transport and banking. The quality of life was important, but the economic development is key. Now the level of economic development allows moving to the next step and focusing on consumers. Focusing on the people is good from the humanitarian point of view and important for the society in general. CEO of Independent Power Corporation, Peter Earle, expressed his opinion on President Nursultan Nazarbayev's address. He highlighted the Business Roadmap program and the idea of establishing the Direct Investment Fund aimed at the non-oil and gas sector.
Well, I think the speech is very much in line with his policy for the last 10 years, with the business roadmap, which he's pursued since 2010. And he's announced that he's extending that policy to 2025 to encourage the active growth of the economy, and I believe that that's very important. He's also said that many of the priority projects should now have direct foreign investment, and he's creating a direct investment fund for co-investment with foreign investors. This is a brilliant idea, and I know that the British government supports this.
In his State of the Nation address, President Nursultan Nazarbayev highlighted the importance of attracting modern agricultural technologies to Kazakhstan. Digital transformation is important for the development of agriculture sector. New innovations are being implemented in Kazakhstan, which resulted in high productivity and lower costs. Agrarians in one of the farms in Pavlodar region are producing good quality harvest regardless of weather conditions. The machineries, which are equipped with navigation system, give great advantages to the agrarians.
Какие плюсы этой навигации? Мы задаем параметры.
The navigation system has many advantages. We set the parameters, specify points A and B on a straight line, and press the start button to put the tractor and the application into action. Machinery operators remotely control the operation of tractors that we supervise. This navigation system is easy to use. New technologies are also being implemented in Karaganda region. The crop fields are digitalized in order to create electronic maps of farms. A farm in Nura district sowed wheat on 500 hectares of land using digital technologies. The new approach has improved yield by 30%.
Мы сдаем анализы почвы для применения цифровых технологий на картофеле.
We submit soil analyses on the digital technologies application for potatoes to Europe, and we receive accurate results of the analysis, which show that our soil lacks 3 components and micronutrients that are necessary for good quality harvests.
Микроудобрения, которые необходимы для выращивания и получения хороших урожаев.
Karaganda region also implemented a full cycle of digital technologies in growing potatoes. The number of planted potatoes has increased by almost 23% compared to last year. We've been planting potatoes for the 3rd year. Last year we planted potatoes on 220 hectares, while this year on 450 hectares. We harvest 40 tons of potatoes from 1 hectare. This year, 9 farms in Kazakhstan are participating in the pilot project on digital transformation, including 2 in Karaganda region. Development of the public-private partnership in Uzbekistan will be regulated by a special state body. The new agency will be created under the Uzbek Ministry of Economy. It will identify the main goals and functional tasks of cooperation between government bodies and private corporations. It will also help to form the regulatory framework and will become the basis for the systematic implementation of investment projects. The state body will monitor the targeted use of funds allocated by the government. In addition, it will provide comprehensive support to small and medium medium-sized businesses. In Uzbekistan, this year is declared as the year of support for active entrepreneurship, innovative ideas, and technologies. The number of small and medium-sized entrepreneurs has increased in the country. In addition, experts say that the state has become more attractive to foreign investors.
Tashkil qilinishi, ya'ni kutilayotgan agentlik
First of all, the new state body will monitor the interaction between the state and the private sector. Moreover, it will be involved in lobbying topics that concern entrepreneurs. In addition, it will control deadlines of state support, which are designed for entrepreneurs. In short, the state body will act as an effective mediator.
O'sha davlat va xususiy sherikchilik
Kazakh and Uzbek businesswomen gathered in Taraz for a roundtable meeting to share their views on global issues. The entrepreneurs held discussions on strengthening cross-border cooperation, enhancing economic opportunities for women, as well as improving women's competitiveness in the labor market and finding new ways of developing tourism. The women agreed to support each other to implement joint projects. Several agreements and memorandums were signed at the meeting.
Өзбек әйелдері мен қазақ әйелдерінің арасындағы іскерлік байланысты нығайту,
The women of Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan are set to strengthen their business contacts. We are planning to improve the well-being of both countries. Moreover, we made specific suggestions at the meeting on many fields, including travel routes development. We discussed the idea of establishing a single Silk Road visa that allows tourists to travel between the countries.
Бір пакет, екі мемлекет бір пакет деген ұсыныс айтылды.
Отношения между двумя странами и
This event is very important for both countries. We can learn a lot from each other. We are interested in cooperating in tourism industry development. We signed a number of mutually beneficial documents. We are planning to hold the next meeting in Uzbekistan. The entrepreneurs also discussed prospects of fashion industry development. International Fashion Week was held as part of the event, featuring works by fashion designers from Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Italy, and France. Schools of young journalists will be opened in every region of the country. The announcement was made at the Just Kalam Forum. Young journalists in Kazakhstan are gathered by the foundation of the first president and the Congress of Youth of Kazakhstan. The leadership of national TV and publishing houses organized a series of master classes. The experienced journalists trained the young professionals as well as listened to their proposals. More than 600 young journalists took part in the project, which involves several regions in the country.
Осы жастарға, журналистерге менің тілейтінім ерінбей әрқашанда жаңа білім іздеп, жаңа ақпарат.
I wish the young journalists to search for the knowledge, find new information, check the facts, and be well informed in many fields. In this case, people will trust you and will listen to your information.
Елде үлкен сеніммен қарайды, сіздің сөздеріңізді тыңдайды.
Болашағын қаламен байланыстырып медиа саласына арнауға бел буған сіздер үшін.
There are vast opportunities for those who committed themselves to writing and selected the media industry. It is not easy to write and become professional journalists. Therefore, this forum is very important as it will provide a lot of useful information.
Сондықтан бүгінгі форумның маңыздылығы жоғары әрі сіздерге берері көп болмақ.
Ancient traditions are reviving in Kazakhstan. The Shabbat therapy is becoming increasingly popular among the country's residents. A health resort has been opened based on one of the largest camel farms of the Almaty region. The resort's main and perhaps the only medicine is fermented camel milk Shabbat. Experts say it is an important source of energy, rich with vitamin B12, protein, riboflavin, calcium, pantothenic acid, and a number of other essential nutrients.
We have
5,000 camels in the farm. We're exporting Shabbat to Russia and China. On top of that, I decided that I need to contribute to the revival of the national traditions and open a resort, let people become healthy. People come to the resort from all over Kazakhstan. The visitors who have undergone a complex surgery, chemotherapy, and patients with chronic diseases generally improve their health in the resort. Sessions of massage and herbal medicine are combined with the treatment of Shabbat and Mir's milk Saumal. I came here for the second time and I felt better, so I decided to come again. This is the return to origins of our national traditions. It's all organic. Here people know that Shabbat has very high quality healing properties. In the future, a diversified cluster will be created based on the camel farm. A wool and meat processing plant and pharmaceutical and perfume production will be established here.
With this very song, Daniela Tuleshova will take part in the Junior Eurovision 2018. The winner of the national qualifying round is actively preparing for the finale contest, which is scheduled for November 25th in Minsk. The song, titled Believe in Yourself, is very motivational and symbolic, which highlights the young singer. First of all, I'm going to get a great experience and of course a victory. I think that it is necessary to have such a purpose in every competition. I'm waiting for a huge step in my future career. The song Believe in Yourself is a joint work of two musicians, specifically Kazakh and Ukrainian. Daniela is also involved in creating the song together with the musicians. Her voice teachers say that this composition fully opens a whole range of intonations of her wonderful voice. Daniela's mentors say that careful preparation is necessary for the young singer to represent Kazakhstan with dignity. It is necessary to provide a lot of information on the European Broadcasting Union before we arrive to the finale. Actually, we are working. We have a very large team, including the Khabar team, which helps us in the preparation process. For the talented young singer, it is very important to have support of audiences and, of course, her family, brother and sister. They always worry about her. They wait for her every time. When we arrive from competitions, they always surround her with attention. The Junior Eurovision has been held annually for 15 years. This is a debut performance for Kazakhstan in this competition. This year, representatives of 19 countries will gather for the musical contest. Carpets, a symbol of wealth and art, as well as one of the oldest inventions of decoration and installation of houses, are produced at this enterprise. The Samarkand Silk Carpet Factory is well known for its amazing carpets, not only in Uzbekistan but also abroad. Visitors can either purchase handmade masterpieces of the ancient craft or learn the secrets of carpet weaving. Tools such as threads, comb, hook, and scissors are used to manufacture complex Central Asian ornaments. It is necessary to tie a knot in order to make a handmade carpet. We use double knots, which are tied in two bases, and this type of knot is considered very strong. Carpets are made at different times and depend on a number of knots made on the carpet and on the complexity of the pattern. It takes around 2 months or 1.5 years in order to weave approximately 1 square meter carpet. Making silk carpets is a long and laborious process. The pile is manually woven into the base, where thread is tied in a knot. In this factory, workers can tie up to 45 knots per minute. Deadlines of manufacturing the carpets depend on the size and complexity of the pattern. Today, handmade carpets are highly valued throughout the world. These carpets can be used for a very long time. They aren't worn out and the color doesn't shade over time. We give them 50 years of warranty. At the end of the 19th century, the technology for making hand-woven carpets was lost and was revived again only 25 years ago. Now this art is developing in cities such as Samarkand and Khiva. Up to 400 carpets are made per year. A visit to the Samarkand factory has become part of a large-scale tour in Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. Kazakh Tourism, with the support of the Kazakh Ministry of Culture and Sports, has become an organizer of this transnational information tour with the participation of Kazakh travel bloggers and journalists. The main goal of the project is to reveal the rich heritage of the region. Traditions of the ancient craft are being revived in Kazakhstan. Next year, areas of carpet weaving enterprises will be opened in Turkestan and Almaty regions.